Hey yo, hello to all of you positively amazing people of the Pop Culture Corner. It's me, it's good old JP. And yeah, as you can tell, I am not Austin, obviously. Austin is stepping out. He's currently watching the Dune movie. And so I'm taking his place. This isn't a takeover. This isn't like this isn't WCW in the 90s and all that type of stuff. No, I'm just filling in for the night. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Oh man, we got a heck of a show for y'all. We're gonna be talking about DC Fandom, that big event that happened just the other night. We're gonna talk about some Marvel switcheroo because of DC Fandom and the situation going on in Hollywood with the strikes and all that stuff being a thing. If we have time, I'd actually like to get into that a bit, honestly, because there's a lot to break down with that. That's like an onion. That whole situation's like an onion. It has layers. And we got some other topics that we're going to get into, but first let's see how the chat is doing if we can. Let's see if we can what's up, Billy? What's up, Nick? How we doing out there? Hope God, I'm hoping this show goes well. What's going on, Ty? Hey, what's going on, Andrew? How you doing tonight, man? What's going on, Mr. IRP, Inside Radio Podcast? All right. So I'm assuming we're going to want to start with DC Fandom, since that's probably the biggest one of the night, right? Or do we want to make that last? Caiden, what should we do? Should we make that last, or should we make that first? I'm a little unsure, in all honesty. I mean, there's a lot to break down, but because it's so big, I feel like we should make it an ending. I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick, like. You know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision and just say let's talk about it, because yeah, like there's so much to talk about, and I was on a podcast talking about everything going on with it, but I didn't get all my personal thoughts out, so I'm going to do that instead. So DC Fandom, a lot to unpack, a lot of movies, games, and everything in between. Really, though, I find it interesting there really wasn't anything announced for comics' sake. I guess that's like, they say that comics are a part of this thing, but at least I didn't see anything. I got the chat pulled up on the side. Let's see here too. Yeah, what's up, Nick? Okay, Andrew wants me to do Fandom first. Okay, yeah, we'll do Fandom. More specifically, I'm not going to start off with the movies, because everyone starts off with the movies, and I mean, I like the movies too, and I do have my opinions of them, but that's just not my style. I got to start out with my thing, which is the games and the animation, because I feel like that's the least talked about stuff. So let's start with games, because I just really want to talk about Gotham Knights and how this game looks freaking amazing. And I think that WB Montreal is going to pull a freaking RKO out of nowhere with how great this game is going to be. They got so much unique stuff going on, man. I'm going to do a quick rundown of what we've known about this game so far. So this game started off, so for the longest time, we all knew in the DC gaming space that WB Montreal was working on a Batman game. We knew it was a Batman game specifically, but we didn't know any details, and people like Slickmoff, they were able to get their hands on some leaked information, and it was going to be a Damian Wayne Batman game. It was going to take place in the Arkhamverse. It was going to be after Arkham Knight. This was the stuff that was given to him, and some leaked concept art. That stuff leaked. Turned out none of that was true. It was true, but they canceled the game. They canceled the game, and then out of nowhere on Batman Day, everyone's sharing their Batman stuff for Batman Day. WB Montreal chimed in, and during their streaming of their appreciation for Batman, these symbols started appearing on screen. These cryptic symbols. And people all over YouTube were like, what the heck are these symbols, man? What do they mean? What do they represent? What's going on here? Well, later we found out it was Gotham Knights. They released that trailer at last year's DC Fandom. Yeah, there we go. They released that trailer at last year's DC Fandom. And it got everybody hyped. Because this is, and well, I'm not going to say everybody. There was some backlash because there's the the usual where's Batman at? Where's Batman? Well, spoiler alert, this isn't his game. He's in it. He's in it as a tombstone, as like an Easter egg. But this game isn't about him. This game is about the quote-unquote sidekicks. This game is about Nightwing, my boy Red Hood, Robin, and last but not least, Batgirl. And man, I have been wanting more and more gameplay for this damn game ever since last year's Fandom. Oh, man. This game is supposedly an RPG type game. There will be different gear you can customize each character with. We saw some of that in the gameplay we saw last year, but that was an early build of the game that does not represent the final product. And it shows because, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I'm just pointing that as an obvious thing. Batgirl in the trailer is more of a Caucasian versus how she is now, where I'm not going to say she's tan, but she fits how the actress who's going to play her in the HBO movie looks. Like, she's more of a mixed African-American descent. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I have nothing wrong with that. But that you can tell that's one of the ways you can tell it's an early build. Also with how the level design looks and just some small things here or there. You have to like really break the trailer down to notice all that. But I just really wanted one more thing of gameplay because I really thought there would be one with Nightwing and Red Hood since last year was Robin and Batgirl. I just really want to see how Red Hood plays, man, because if he's supposed to be the tank of the group, I'm going to main him so hard. But that's not the only thing that makes this game special. What makes this game truly special is the villain this time around. Because, folks, it's not going to be the Joker in any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be the Court of Owls. And how they've been promoting them has been flawless in my opinion. Absolutely flawless. They're giving off the creepy cult vibes in the most recent trailer, and then the way they showed them off in the first one was just creepy and weird and eerie. Like you can't do a better job of marketing right now than WB Montreal. Unless your name is Rocksteady, but we'll get into them in just a second. They said that the game was supposed to come out this year, but they needed more time due to recent events in the world. And yeah, the Talons, man. The little rhyme they made goes, no one talks about them. Not a whispered word is said. For if you try to stop them, then the Talon strikes you dead. That's awesome, by the way. That's just freaking awesome. But yeah, this game was supposed to come out last year, and it didn't because of world events, and so now it's coming out in 2022. CTW's in the chat. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm taking over the show today. Lean on Meta. No one lean on me for support. I am a corporeal being. I am beyond the dimensions of comprehension. Oh. So yeah, like DC has an opportunity though, because the last big game they released, you can technically say Injustice 2, but yeah, let's just say Injustice 2. Let's just say Injustice 2 for the sake of argument. That was 2017. It is now 2021. 17, 18, 19, 2021. It's been 4 years since a proper DC game. If you want to say Batman Arkham Knight, that makes it even worse because that was 2015. That's been 6 years. 6 years since a Batman game, folks. A lot has happened in 6 years. Marvel has gotten on the stick. They're coming after. I know, lean on. Nick with the lean on. Hashtag lean on Meta. Again, no one lean on me. You won't be able to. I am not even here. I am a entire plane of existence. Like, I'm on a whole other dimensional level. Yeah, folks, it's been a minute since we had a proper DC game. And Marvel's been on the stick. You know, they released Marvel Spider-Man, which was a critical and commercial success for all accounts. Until The Last of Us Part 2, it was Sony's highest selling exclusive game, and it's because of that game they bought Insomniac. Then you had Marvel's Avengers, which has had a very rough start, and that's me being nice. But hopefully that game is able to come back around at some point and have a rising like a phoenix moment. Then they also released, Iron Man on PSVR. They released Spider-Man Miles Morales. They got the Midnight Suns RPG coming out from the guys at Firaxis and 2K. They got the Spider-Man 2 sequel. They got Wolverine coming. Marvel's been on the stick, and Marvel's been picking up the pace where DC left it. But then again, DC started this trend of fantastic AAA superhero games. People can say that Spider-Man was the first AAA superhero game. I disagree. It was the Batman Arkham games that started this party. And now DC's coming back with a vengeance with Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad supposedly coming out the same year. I know for a fact that Midnight Suns comes out this year. Dimensions of Comprehension starring JP. TW, I'm not with you right now. I'm not messing with you, dude. Oh, and also Guardians comes out literally in 2 weeks. That's another one. Guardians of the Galaxy comes out in 2 weeks. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to have a ball. But yeah, it's just been a minute for DC, and I think that Gotham Knights being the first one that comes out is going to be a step in the right foot. There is that 5% chance this game doesn't do well. However, that's 5% versus 95%. You do the math on which one it's more likely to become a failure or a success. And speaking of success, let's go to the studio that has had nothing but success in the DC gaming space. Rocksteady with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. They got the squad on the screen. That works in both ways. Yeah, a lot to break down here, and Caiden, the awesome producers, the amazing awesome producers putting them on the screen. There was a lot more revealed because all we got last time was a teaser with Outkast, Bombs Over Baghdad, which is one of my favorite songs from Outkast. So I'm gonna put my chat back up. Let's break it down. Let's break it all down. Let's start with this. The opening shot was a straight reference to say, hey, yeah, this is in the Arkhamverse. This is in the same universe as the Batman saga. So what that means, for those that don't know, is Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, which is celebrating an anniversary today, by the way, Batman Arkham Knight, and yes, even Batman Arkham Origins and Arkham Origins Blackgate are all canonical with this game. I don't think the animated movie anymore is. I think that's no longer canon. Because King Shark, spoiler alert for those that don't know, King Shark is in that film and he dies. But yet here he is right here with a I'm not going to say much better design, but a different design, And as far as I know, there's not two King Sharks in the DC universe. At least not in the same universe. So I think the Arkham movie is no longer canon. That is one of the reasons why I think that. But anyway, this time we actually had everything in game. So all we saw was cutscenes compiled as a trailer, which is better than just a CG trailer by a country mile. We know who is going to supply. You know what? No, yeah, let's start with that because the big man's on the screen. We know who the Justice League is in the Rocksteady or the Arkhamverse. We know who the Justice League is comprised of. I don't know if Katie, if you can find the picture where they're in the Hall of Justice, but there is one floating around. I saw, but There is Superman. So the Justice League is comprised of from the Trinity: Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and in the photo he's wearing his Arkham Knight. He's wearing his Arkham Knight armor. That's important. That's important. John Stewart, Green Lantern, and the Flash. That is the DC, or this. That is the Arkham versus Justice League. What I also find interesting about it is, for those that know a lot about the Timverse, that is almost the same Justice League that you see in that universe, minus Hawkgirl and Martian Manhunter. Other than that, though, same Justice League. Now, here's my second question, and I want to know, people in the chat and everything, which Flash is it? Is it Barry Allen? Or is it Wally West? If they actually pull the trigger and say it's Wally West, I'm going to actually be very happy with that, because I see that as a loving nod to the Timverse, which already is in a way, because Kevin Conroy has voiced Batman in this universe. I don't see why they probably didn't. I know they didn't get all the voice cast from the Justice League animated series, but still be a loving nod. But yeah, that being said, with the shots that we've seen so far on the screen, we know that everyone in the Justice League is infected by Brainiac, except Wonder Woman. For some reason, Wonder Woman is not infected by Brainiac. If you're able to zoom in on her shot, you can see she doesn't have the glowy purple eyes or the disfigured face with all the purple veins. So that's going to be interesting. And I don't think she's going to be an ally to the Suicide Squad. However, I do think that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. She knows that Brainiac is in control of the Justice League. And to stop Brainiac, she has to not necessarily team up with the Suicide Squad, but she's got to put her differences aside with them to get the job done. Because unlike Superman and Batman, who would hold back, she knows, hey, these are bad guys. They don't mind killing. I don't mind killing. We can get some natural damage and work done. What's also going to be interesting is there's a certain scene in the trailer, where Harley Quinn's on the ground. Someone picked up a gun and put it to her head. Now, I'm going off of another YouTube's conspiracy. I think that's Batman. Because come on, guys, we all know Batman did not actually die. He covered his tracks and used Scarecrow's fear toxin to become an even scarier version of Batman. I think we're going to see Bruce Wayne in this game, or Batman in this game. And I think that's going to be epic. I do hope they get like Tim Daly, because we never heard Superman's voice in this game. I hope they get Tim Daly to voice Superman, because to me, there will be no other voice actors that can do the character justice for Superman. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. TWK, Marvel Avengers, the world's first dead service game. TW, it's not a dead game. They're giving away all the DLC or all the characters expansions for free. It's just the microtransactions that are the problem, but that's a whole other subject for a different thing. But yeah, back to Suicide Squad. This game has got me hyped too. I find it interesting that both WB Montreal and Rocksteady are making like multiplayer RPG. Kind of RPG-esque games. One is with the Bat Family, the other's with the Suicide Squad. I find that to be interesting. The boss fights are going to be very interesting as well, because I honestly don't think we're going to kill the Justice League. I think that's just a marketing ploy, because what that does is that would just instantly kill their universe. Like, come on. Like, you're telling me that Harley Quinn is going to put or Deadshot's going to put a kryptonite bullet in Superman's brain? I don't think so. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Holy shit, will I be wrong? You know, like I just don't think they're going to kill him. I think they're going to be either like clones or Wonder Woman's going to tell him, just beat them down, but please don't kill them. That type of thing. Or I don't know what's going to happen, but I just know that I just have a feeling we're not going to kill him. Because people are going to want a Flash game after this. People are definitely, absolutely going to want a Superman game after this. Hell, they might even want a Green Lantern game. Because there's only been one as far as I know, and it's the movie tie-in, and that movie is a dumpster fire. But yeah, both are going to end up coming out in 2022. I think if I was a betting man and a gambling man and a rambling man, I would say Gotham Knights is going to come out first. Suicide Squad is going to come out second. If I had to be more specific and more detailed, I would say Gotham Knights might come out late. Well, let's put it this way. Early spring. I could see early spring, early to mid-spring for this game. I see Suicide Squad mid to late summer, early fall. And that's a good bit of time separated. And it gives both games enough time to properly have all their sales figures and everything announced. Also, I don't know. They haven't gone into detail on if there'll be DLC or not yet, but I have a feeling there would be because both these teams have a lot of members. It's, like Bat Family and Suicide Squad have a shit ton of members. And I also think there might be some story expansion DLC for at least Suicide Squad potentially. There's room there, I think. There's room there for potential DLC, character-driven DLC, or what have you. As long as it's not as mid or meh as the Arkham Knight DLC was, because my God, that was I'm not gonna say it was low effort, but it was something. Hey, what's going on, Marcus? Let's see. Thoughts on the Disney Marvel delay? We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that later in the episode. So stick around, and I'll be talking about that. Hopefully, with some awesome special guests soon. And then a Daredevil game by Insomniac, Sucker Punch / Naughty Dog. You do not want Naughty Dog making a superhero game, and let me explain why. Naughty Dog has proven they have no intention, as of this moment, on doing anything but narrative-driven games. And that may sound counterintuitive, but let me explain. When you look at the games they've been putting out the last decade, Uncharted 2, 3, 4, Lost Legacy, Last of Us 1 and 2, they are all, to an extent, some are definitely greater than others, but they're all, to an extent, narrative-driven story games. The gameplay comes secondary to the story. The gameplay is a narrative-driven device to help progress the story along so you can see what happens next. Gameplay is not what's most important versus something like Jak and Daxter, where story and gameplay are, I would say, kind of balanced, in all honesty. Kind of balanced. But Naughty Dog has seen more profits from games like Uncharted, like The Last of Us. I mean, hell, Last of Us Part 2, I'm just going to say it, much to my chagrin, is the highest selling Sony exclusive right now, as of this moment. Power Talk is saying that Batman is the person that uses the gun in the trailer. I hope so, man. I really do. He also thinks that Batman will be the final boss. No way. Nah, dude, the final boss has got to be Brainiac. That's the whole point of this. They'll kill Brainiac. They have no problem killing Brainiac. I just don't think they'll kill the Justice League. But yeah, back to Naughty Dog real quick. Just to finish this side tangent up. Naughty Dog doesn't. They'll never do a Daredevil game. What will happen probably though, Marcus, and if my sources are true, and they seem to be pretty true and accurate, there is a deal between Sony and Marvel for their games that is separate from their movie deal. Absolutely 100% completely separate. And my source told me that they basically are trying to make their own Sony's trying to make their own Marvel universe. So I don't think Punisher would be woke. People say they don't want Naughty Dog to do a Punisher because they think it's going to be woke. So here's the thing, right? Like, again, I am in the very vocal minority that did not like The Last of Us Part 2. I didn't dislike it though because it's woke. I disliked it because I personally thought the writing and narrative was god awful. The pacing just gets absolutely shit canned during a certain part of the game. Like, it just literally dragged me out of it. I was fully invested up until that point. And it's the point that most people say drags them out of the game. I intend to talk about this game a lot when my channel is properly up and running, which will be in the near future. But yeah, I don't think that The Punisher would be a woke game. I want actual gameplay, you know? I don't want like, in another game that does this is God of War, but God of War's gameplay is kind of more in depth than a game from Naughty Dog and The Last of Us. Like, it's interactive. It's more interactive is what I would say. But yeah, speaking of Naughty Dog, like, they have no intention of going back to those types of games anyway. Like, they just don't. They've seen way too much money. They've seen way too much success to go back on the formula. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's all we really got on the games. I love also how, unlike most things that are with gaming, we're only getting little bits at a time here with these games. We're not getting, like, you know, trailers throughout the year and da-da-da-da-da. We're only getting them at DC Fandom. That's it. We might get one more trailer for both outside of next year's Fandom to promote the game. And that's going to be the one that's at GameStops. That's going to be the one that's online, that's used in like YouTube trailers and all that stuff. But other than that, until it gets closer to time for these games to come out, I don't see a lot of content being dropped by these games, and that's absolutely fine. Developers work on these games, make them the best possible things you can make them, for the love of God. Because I don't want like a Halo situation or, you know, like a Cyberpunk situation with these games. I want these games to sell well, especially Gotham Knights. Because if Gotham Knights sells well, that will hopefully show DC, hey, people really love the Bat family. People love Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, and Batgirl. I know we have stuff going on with Titans and Batgirl already, but let's make that Red Hood and the Outlaw spinoff series. Let's give Tim Drake Robin something as maybe Red Robin. You know, it helps these characters grow in popularity. It helps these characters get more opportunities and chances to shine on their own instead of just being a part of the Bat family all the dang time, which isn't a bad thing. That's where they got their start. But these characters are their own unique characters. People love them when they're on their own or just part of different teams. And I just want these characters to succeed and find success just as much as Batman. So yeah. But now let's get into the animated stuff. Because again, everyone's talked about the movies. I want to talk about the other two things I personally love and care about. There was so much that I unfortunately did not care about for animation, only because it's not for me. I'm going to start with the one that hey, Austin, I hope when you watch the replay, you hope that I know I fumbled that so badly, didn't I? Let me try that again. Austin, when you watch the replay of this, just know that I purposely started with this show. Let's talk about Bat Wheels. Let's talk about Bat Wheels for a second. Honestly, it's harmless. It looks absolutely harmless, folks. You know, this is for preschoolers. This is for them, for them to watch and to hopefully get them into the IP, you know? Yes, it is cars in the DC universe, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, Ethan Hawke is Batman? Okay, whatever. As long as it doesn't talk down to the kids and treat them like they're stupid and the writing is actually somewhat intelligent enough to I'm not asking for like some big dynamic like Infinity War Endgame line storyline in this series. No, but I am expecting them to at least treat the audience with some dignity and self-respect. To be like, hey, kids aren't dumb. They know things. They're really smart. And hopefully that's what they get. Hopefully that's what these kids get from Bat Wheels. And I hope it leaves a lot of good childhood memories for a generation of future fans of Batman and just comic books in general. You know? Other than that, let's talk about the animated Constantine movie. Dude, I am so happy. I am so happy the Constantine, is coming back to reprise the role, man. There's no one else that can do it. No one else that can do it better than the boy. I unfortunately am blanking on his damned name. I can't remember his name to save my life. I need help. I need assistance, please. I need to know his name. What's his name? I'm going to look it up. Ah, Matt Ryan. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Matt Ryan is great as Constantine. And he's coming back in another animated movie. I don't know if this is going to be connected to the new DCAU. Is it going to be a separate thing? Either way, I'm getting more Constantine, and that makes me happy as hell. So, Katsuka, I am 100% with you on that. And then I'm trying to remember everything that was shown, because there was so much animated stuff. There honestly was. Okay, let's talk about Super Pets, just because I can't get it out of my brain now. Yep, The Rock's here. Yep, Kevin Hart's here. They're teaming up again, do another buddy cop type thing. Okay, I guess this is fine. Whatever. There's a video game though, and it's a shmup. It's a shmup, folks. We have a Crypto the Super Dog shmup. I did not have that on my bingo card for 2021. Let me tell you. Let me flip and tell you. So not only will The Rock be in theaters being a badass and, as Black Adam, he's also going to be whatever the hell he's going to be as Crypto the Super Dog. Kadzuka makes a very good point in the chat. WB should delve more into the side characters. DC is so rich, yet they only focus on the ones that they know will bring them money. Absolutely, they don't invest in the other properties they own, and that's one of the problems I will criticize DC for. Is they need to open them. Well, they're doing that bit by bit. With Blue Beetle and Static Shock, like we're getting that stuff slowly, and they're doing it. But I just really wish they would pump out more. And yeah, the Catwoman anime does look good. That was one of the things that actually surprised me. Was Kate Kane Batwoman and Catwoman are teaming up. Like that's a team up I never thought I'd see. And I know anime isn't for everyone. It's an acquired taste, but I'm gonna give this a watch. I'm gonna give this a look over because Catwoman is also celebrating her anniversary, and this I guess is them celebrating her anniversary the only way they can. Because I don't know anyone that would probably play a Catwoman-based video game. I mean, she played excellent. Her gameplay was fine and fun in Arkham City, but other than that, I don't know what else you could do with Catwoman besides the animated film or her own comic run, maybe. That would be interesting. That would be kind of cool. Just saying, DC, I'm doing your job for you and giving you neat ideas that are unique, or that have been pitched before and you declined them. I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't know the actual premise. So it's like, from the trailer, Catwoman's like in debt, I think. And she's being forced to do this robbery, like this heist, I guess. And the plot is explained in the trailer. It's just one of those things where like I didn't gloss over it. I did pay attention, but I'm just in awe of the animation. Yeah, they need to do something animated or something with Swamp Thing. Because Swamp Thing, the series, ended way too damn soon. Like, oh my God. Excuse me. Yeah, I would watch a Swamp Thing animated series. I think that'd be kind of dope. Or just bring back the actual series and put it on HBO Max. DC. I know it cost a lot of money to make, but still, that would have made you more money in the long run. Every show from DC, the DC streaming service, has found success. By the way, Harley Quinn's on season 3, Doom Patrol's on season 4. So is Titans. By the way, the only one that got shit canned and dumped on was Swamp Thing. Injustice is on another season, by the way. Yeah, so that was the only one that didn't get the love and everything like that. That just irritates the piss out of me. Oh, I'm seeing some compliments in the chat. Thank y'all. I'm trying to be entertaining. I've been told I'm entertaining to a certain extent. But yeah, man, Swamp Thing. Do they just need to go into more side characters? Go into more I know we're getting like an icon. Aren't we getting like an icon movie, or not like an icon, like an icon like specific movie? But it's about like his universe. Oh, cool. Yeah, Caiden popped up the notes for the Catwoman movie. So let's see. So Catwoman's attempt to steal a priceless jewel puts her squarely in the crosshairs of both a powerful consortium of villains and the ever-resourceful Interpol, not to mention Batwoman. It might just be enough to contain her or not. Knowing Catwoman, the only thing that can contain her is a certain man that wears a bat costume for therapeutic purposes. That's also why he beats the shit out of criminals, is for therapeutic purposes. Batman is the richest hero in the DC universe, yet he can't afford a proper therapist. Let that sink in for a moment. Oh my God. Katsuka, dude, you are reading my brain. I would pay. You have no idea how much I would pay to see a limited series for the Question. Oh my God, dude. Because the Question is one of those characters that's the closest DC comes to Watchmen. I know they own Watchmen too, but the Question is the closest thing to a quote-unquote PG Rorschach we get in the DC universe. I loved him in JLU. I loved that character. I would absolutely watch that. A detective noir style Question HBO Maxers. Oh my God, dude. That'd be epic. That'd be so epic. I'm getting worked up just thinking about it because that's how hype that is. Oh God, and Plastic Man. Yeah, man, Plastic Man would be a great. There was an anime. There's animated shorts that Cartoon Network used to put out during their DC block, and they were hilarious. I laughed so hard at those, dude. They're so funny. They are so funny. Oh, it's finally happened. I forgot what I was on. Well, I mean, animated stuff, so technically I'm not that far off. But yeah, Young Justice got season. They just dropped Young Justice. I still haven't watched the first 2 episodes of that. I gotta get on HBO Max and watch those bad boys. I'm gonna probably end up doing that tomorrow after I get off work. In all honesty, because I love Young Justice. If you haven't seen Young Justice, please watch it. It is without a doubt one of the best young adult animated shows since the original Teen Titans. And I'm gonna get some hate in some areas. In certain areas, this show is better than Teen Titans to me. In certain areas alone. Yes, the Question is fire. The Question is absolutely fire. Yeah, please go watch Young Justice. The new season is called Phantoms. The last season, people, I've been told people didn't like it. I personally loved it. Loved all the new characters that I've never heard of before. And I hope to see them come back for this season and to see that season, the last season, kind of get a proper conclusion in this one. But we shall see. We shall see. I hit my hand on my headset, and that kind of hurt. But anywho, I'm trying to think of what else animated there was, because there was a lot. Oh yeah. Thank you, Caiden. I was about to say the young heroes, Superman, Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne, are getting their own animated movie, and it's CG animation, which that could be hit or miss, because you could have something that's as amazing as, like, what's a good animated show recently that's CG based? What If was divisive. What If was divisive as an animation style. I personally liked it because it reminded me of the MTV Spider-Man series, but I know that wasn't everybody's cup of tea. I'm just trying to think, though, of another animated show that came out. Either way, CG animation is hit or miss. You know, it's one of those things that either you like it or you don't. I know that Star Wars Visions had some CG animated stuff, but that's anime, and anime don't miss. In all honesty, anime just don't miss at all. Oh man, let's see what the Big Sage, my boy. Hell yeah. Let's see. Booster Gold is a good hero. Oh, that's right. Another Green Lantern animated movie was announced as well. Like, that's what I'm saying. I need a list of just like the stuff. Hold on. I need a list because what I don't know all that was announced for the Green Lantern movie other than just like the name. I'll just put it this way then. Since I don't know that much about it. Hey DC, can you not remake Hal Jordan's origins for a third time as an animated movie? Because you kind of did that both times with both of his movies. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, why would you do that? Like, that was just a waste of, like, and Green Lantern has some like very memorable tales to be told in anime and like just like animation. Like, Batman isn't the only one that has so many famous comic books, you know. Like, I would say that Green Lantern stuff that's really good is more recent, you know. More of his more recent stuff is probably more memorable now than a lot of his older stuff. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Green Lantern fan, but I am gonna watch this. I don't hate the character of Green Lantern. There's just not a lot of. That's the thing. Like, we were talking about side characters. Hell, focus on more of the members of the Justice League that don't get enough attention, like the Flash or hell, Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter are the biggest offenders to this. Like, I just don't think they know how big Martian Manhunter is, like, as far as a hero, because like he is more powerful than Superman in some aspects. Like, you know, he is. That's why in the Injustice universe, Superman had to make sure he got rid of that boy quick, like smooth, quick. Like, he wasn't even going to give him a chance to breathe. And I'm trying to see, because I know that the another thing that was shown was the Aquaman series, and that reminds me of Thundercats Roar, which I did not watch Thundercats Roar, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I don't hate it also because, again, I just didn't watch it. It's also going to be I'm trying to think of what it's called here. Ah, Jesus. It's speaking of Batman, speaking of, like, you know, heroes that do get a lot of attention, Batman. Let's talk about the new Batman animated series. Oh, excuse me. What the? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, like, that's the other thing. Like, I want to see more. Yeah, Cape Crusader. There we go. So this is being done by Matt Reeves, JJ, and Bruce Timm. From what was shown, it's going to be a return to form. Basically, this is going to be on HBO Max and Cartoon Network. Oh, excuse me. I just don't want JJ attached to this. I'm sorry, I don't like JJ Abrams. Yeah, like, I'm looking at an article, like, you know, like, utilizing state-of-the-art animation techniques and all that stuff is fine, but I want it to be, if it's going to be, especially if it's going to be a noir type thing, just go back to the 90s animation style. You know, you can have different, like, character designs and all that for the characters, but no one will ever not tell me that animation style for Batman was just low-key genius. Like, it really is what made Batman stand apart from a lot of kids' cartoons in the 90s. Yeah, but this does intend to reinvent Batman and his iconic Rose Gallery with sophisticated storytelling, nuanced characters, and intense action sequences, all set in a visually striking world. Casting details are still currently unknown, unfortunately. And, you know, like, just... I want this to be good. I want this to be really, really good, especially since, you know, I just love that poster so much. And yes, it is because it is a complete reference to the first issue with Batman ever made. Not the one where he's swinging with what's supposed to be the Joker on the rope. No, the one where he's like, his shadow is menacingly over his own mansion. Like, that's the first Batman issue. And it's a badass cover. But I also do want, you know, like they're saying, they want to appease old fans while enticing new ones, and I want them to be able to achieve that too. Because let this be the animated series of Batman that a new generation grows up on, just like we grew up on the '90s one. To us, that'll be at least to a lot of people I know, that is the definitive Batman. Nothing live action ever does will compare to Kevin Conroy to a lot of people, including myself. Kevin Conroy is Batman. Mark Hamill is the Joker. You know, and extend the list of, you know, who the other... Arlene Sorkin will always be my Harley Quinn. And I love her to death for it, man. That character is just awesome. She's getting a season 3, and that's going to be epic too, but that's still in development. Oh boy, let's see. Power Talk in the chat says, I would love to see Batman Beyond live action. Do not get me started on Batman Beyond. I will be here for a whole hour and a half. I'm sorry, Kate. What was it you just put on screen? You put up an image on screen before I went on about that. That is what I was trying to mention before, but I can't remember the name of that universe. It's a certain universe with Icon and Static and all. It's where they're from. I just can't remember the name of the universe. Milestone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Milestone needs to be explored more. You know, you want representation in comics. You want proper, actual representation in comics. Bring all the Milestone characters to the small or big screen. And that's what they're doing with one of those animated series. I know that one of them is a Milestone-based animated series, and I'm trying to look that up. Well, I'm trying to find something on it because I did not get a name for that particular yeah, it's a Milestone animated movie. Yeah, that's what it is. I knew it was something. I'm just saying, man, like, you know, like all this time you hear people talk about representation. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, got indigestion for some reason. But yeah, you hear all this talk about representation and all that. Milestone has not been touched like almost at all. And DC owns them. Icon is in Young Justice. Static Shock is probably the most well-known member of the Milestone universe because he was made into a cartoon that's in the Timverse. Yeah, Static Shock is awesome. I'll put a shock to your system. I live by that, man. That dude is... I love Static with all my heart. I'm trying to get more details on... Yeah, so, yeah, it's called Hardware, I believe. Yeah, it's called Hardware, and it's season 1. So the writer is Brandon Thomas, and the people that'll be involved are Static, Hardware, and Icon. Which those are probably the 3 most well-known members of Milestone, I want to say. I would dare say that is true. I'm trying to think. I mean, they did also. Yeah, we did get Black Lightning. There's a Smallville animated series coming. I did not know that. Yeah, and Black Lightning was a part of the CW, which I am so happy that I haven't heard anyone tell me that, oh, is that Adult Static Shock? Because I'll be like, no, they're two separate characters. Please, for the love of God, don't ever do that again. Yeah, Kate, can you pull up some stuff on the Smallville animated series? I didn't even know that was happening. I honestly did not. I know it was Smallville's anniversary, but I've never been a fan of Smallville, you know? Like I just it's not that I hate the show. Like I grew up while it was on. I just, I'm trying I always have the unfond memory of I have the unfond memory of the theme song playing while I'm trying to do my homework. So, you know. So let's see. Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum say their animated Smallville revival series is in the very early stages and that they are getting their pitch ready for Warner Brothers. So they haven't even fully pitched this yet, from what it sounds like. Well, I hope that it comes to fruition. That way, in some form or capacity, Superman fans can have some Superman content besides Superman and Lois. I know that show either you like it or you don't. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched any of the CW shows, in all honesty, because it's the CW. And I just, God's gonna go over here give me freaking PTSD with that crap. I swear to God. But yeah, there was a lot more animated stuff. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna do my my due diligence, and for one night only, Lean on Me turns into the meditation lounge with Meta. That's what I'm calling this segment, the meditation lounge with Meta. Trying to think of what other animated stuff was shown, because there was just so much stuff, so much. In all honesty, though, like just talking about the show as a whole, I did not mind DC fandom, like at all. I know that ain't gonna be everyone's cup of tea or whatever. Like I know that people didn't like it, but I loved it. Also, I'm gonna say this: the Teen Titans Go specials coming out. They actually look kind of funny. They do. The Teen Titans has some funny moments in it, but people just shit on it because it's not the Teen Titans. But that's just me. I am officially one of y'all. I am. Yeah, the movies and games, again, like everyone though that I know has talked about the movies. And that's completely fine. It's just that there's more to it than just the films. And that's why I'm talking about all this stuff now. I'm trying to I swear to God, I just cannot find. Can this be the one? Please? I really just want to talk about all of these. Let's see. Yeah, so there's oh, that's cool. That's coming out on me day of spawning. Okay, so yeah, Teen Titans Go versus the DC Superhero Girls. That looks fun. DC Superhero Girls, for those that don't know, is made by Laura Faust, who is the wife of Craig McCracken. For those who don't know who Craig McCracken is, you know him because you grew up in 90s. If you grew up in 90s Cartoon Network, he created Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Two of Cartoon Network's most iconic shows ever. Unfortunately, Powerpuff Girls just cannot seem to be done right, other than by Craig McCracken himself. Oh, so yeah, the one is Green Lantern movie's called Beware My Power. It's coming out next summer. Then there's the Battle of the Super Sons. That's coming out fall of 2022. You got Constantine, House of Mystery. That's coming out also in 2022. So yeah, there was a lot of animated stuff to come out, and that all was awesome. And now we're going to get into the true meat and potatoes of this event. Let's go ahead and just talk about the movies. Let's start with the Batman. Since we're on a roll with Batman. So I'm going to be honest. I know, like, if you follow the group, the circle that I'm in, the circles that myself and Ty are involved in, you will know that a lot of people were really excited about the Batman. This trailer made them even more excited. I honestly don't know. I don't know what Ty thinks. I tried to watch the stream where they did the live reaction to DC Fandom, but my my cellular data was saying no, you may not watch. And I'm like, oh well, I just want to watch my friends, talk about stuff that I like to talk about. No. Oh, okay, then screw me. I'll catch the recap then. Good boy. So yeah, I watched all the trailers without my friend's reaction, so I don't know what the Ty thinks about the Batman. What I think about the Batman, though, is I said this the other night on Poindexter Lounge, and I stand by it. I think that this Batman is going to be a great mixture of Michael Keaton Batman's universe and Chris Nolan. Oh my gosh, might not his name. Christian Bale Batman. I think it's going to be a mixture of those two. Probably the world and mythology of Burton with the visceralness and the intensity of Bale and Chris Nolan's universe. And I think that's a fair assessment from what we saw in this trailer. I'm interested to see where this goes. The Riddler looks interesting. Batman, just Rob Bat just keeps impressing me every time he appears on screen. I'm not necessarily hyped. I am excited, but I'm not like hyped. I'm not there yet, like it's slowly becoming real, like I just don't know what to do with this. I hope that this leads to bigger and better things, because he's going to get a trilogy. Matt Reeves is getting a Batman trilogy, folks. If you didn't know, and if you don't know, now you know. He's getting a trilogy. So it's going to be interesting to see, though, where he takes this Batman and how it's going to be different than the others we've seen. I am excited for the more noir detective style stuff. Like, he's going to become the world's greatest detective that we know and love. And that's going to be interesting. It comes out in March of next year. I hope everything works out for it. That being said, let's talk about this one. Because we're still talking about Batman. Let's talk about Michael Keaton Batman, since I mentioned him earlier, or just a moment ago. The Flash. Oh, golly, gee, The Flash. I'm going to be honest. I feel nothing for this movie. I should, but I don't. The costume, by the way, I don't have a problem with it. It's not the costume. It's not even Ezra Miller. It's not the fact that Michael Keaton Batman's coming back. I don't have a problem with any of it. It's just there should not even have been a teaser. Marcus in the chat says, I want Joker for the second film and the Court of Owls. So I could see Rob Bat and Bat fighting the Court of Owls. I could. Especially if Gotham Knights is a success. But we'll have to see where they take that version of Batman. Back to the Flash, though. I'll just say this, man. Ezra Miller, when he was on screen, looked like they literally found him living hobo style under a bridge in LA. Could you not have told him to look just a tad more professional? I'm sorry. Like, you do you and all that, but my God, man, you look like you haven't bathed in 3 or 4 weeks. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like your appearance and the way you fumbled the lines of what you're supposed to say just unimpressed me. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not even trying to like take digs. I'm not even trying to take digs at you. But when you come dressed like that, I'm gonna be just like, what the hell is going on here? Oh my god. But yeah, there shouldn't have been a teaser for The Flash. The Flash could end up being great, Nick, and I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying I need to see more, but not at this moment. I need to see more, but not at this moment. Yeah, I'm talking about in the teaser. There shouldn't even have been a teaser. I'm sorry. You need to keep as many of the. This should have been a tight ship. It should have been. They should have been running a tight ship from the beginning. But they didn't, so now here we are. I don't know what else to say about The Flash, you know? Like, it's going to come out sometime next year. There's a whole lot of speculation on what this movie is going to do and what it could mean, the ramifications, da 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 da. It's all there, you know? Like, it's just... we'll have to wait and see. There's not enough information, in my opinion, to fully go into The Flash. That's just me. Wait, what was that? What are those screenshots from? What is that? Okay then. All right. But I completely missed that too. Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna go into Black Adam now, which same thing in all honesty. This movie is supposed to come out sooner than The Flash, and yet, yeah, like we have all the interviews from the characters and everything. Pierce Bronson coming back to seeing Pierce Bronson as something other than James Bond is cool. Shazam 2. Okay. Yeah, Shazam 2 is also a thing. That's still the best DCEU movie that I've seen so far. I'm sorry. It is. It's the most fun I had watching a DC film. Hopefully that changes with Black Adam though, right? Because Black Adam is supposed to change the landscape of the DCEU. And da 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 da. Then The Rock is just building himself up. But if the movie bombs, he'll never be seen again in the role. They're gonna have to replace him. Because when franchises don't do well, The Rock ends up dipping and leaving. That's just his thing. That's not a diss. That's just fact. Can we just take a moment to also appreciate the fact that The Rock and John Cena are both in one comic book universe at the same time? That's just flipping fantastic.
Decided to jump in while we wait for the other person to come. But yeah, I was trying to show Shazam 2 stuff, but it's not looking like they want to be good. So I was like, never mind.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. Okay. I can't ignore that. Okay, so it's time to come clean. It's time to commit some more heinous blasphemy, as if talking about bat wheels and Crypto the Super Dog on Austin's show isn't bad enough. I want to say this, and I'm not trying to necessarily dismiss people's faith in this. I myself have given my own theory. However, I'm starting to lean more to where Matt Jarbo is on this and say Snyderverse ain't coming back, bruh. Like it just ain't at this time. Like and I'm saying this from more of a perspective of just and I know this isn't all Snyderverse fans, because obviously I talk to a lot of them. I'm on one of them's. I'm hosting. I'm filling in for one of them right now. You know, like it's just one of those things. But Twitter has just become oh god, Twitter has just become like a thing with the Snyderverse, man. Like some of the things, like the reaches that people go to, like it just feels like it's just insane.
Oh yeah, and then Jim Lee had like a whole bleep fest.
What was the Bleep Fest about?
He was just saying stuff, and then like it was like, and then they were bleeping it out.
Maybe it was spoilers for stuff.
Maybe. But yeah, it was just like, it was so weird because like because he was releasing all those drawings on his Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and it was like supposed to be a puzzle of sorts, and then it was supposed to recreate like one of his favorite comic books, which was Crisis, and like and it was like he was going through each one of them, and after that he was talking about something that we don't know what he was talking about, and it was bleeped out like basically the whole time.
Wow.
It was like, bleep bleep bleep, and so this happens, bleep 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 bleep, and now we're going crazy with this, bleep 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 bleep, and so it's going to be really cool writing this and drawing this thing, bleep 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 bleep.
So is it for a comic?
I think so. Maybe it's a new Crisis comic.
Another Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, hell, Marvel had 2 Secret Wars and they're about to have 2 Clone Sagas. Might as well just repeat what's already been done before, right?
I mean, the DCU is about to have the DC universe is about to have a second Crisis on Infinite Earths as well. So. Yeah,
oh, good God.
Like it's weird, but it's like you had the DC TV shows do Crisis, and then that kind of that connected to the films based off of both Flashes meeting each other, and then you're gonna have a second one in like 2 years or something, or like whenever that happens.
I'm just gonna say there's a reason why manga is outselling comic books, and it's not because of woke culture. Say what you want about manga, man, and anime, but they keep their stories interesting. They keep their stories like focus on the narrative and not so much like minor shit that doesn't matter. Like just saying. But I'm trying to think of what other movies they announced. Then DC has a whole slate of damn movies.
They had Aquaman 2 with this thing.
Yeah, that suit is fire.
Yeah, I liked the new update for Black Manta.
Black Manta was like one of the best parts of the first one, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was. He and like I like Jason and all, but he still wasn't the best thing that came out of Aquaman. I think it was majority Yaha and Owen Wilson and Willem Dafoe were the top 3, and Tamara Morrison. But the supporting cast was not better than him, but like had more to show.
I'm just saying, if we can get more Black Manta and more Orm and less Amber Heard, I'm all for that shit. I am all for it. That's the only way I'm watching this movie.
Yeah, she's still supporting, like she's like a lead in it, but she's like less in the movie, which is weird. So, and Orm's like, it's like Orm is more of he's supporting, but he's more in the movie than Mira. So that's interesting.
That is interesting, and that's what I want. Like I said, I just want more.
They're kind of fading her out. They're like
I'm fine with that, dude. Like
they're introducing Dolphin and oh my god, what is her name? They're introducing more of the female other characters that Aquaman interacts with. And
hell, show Aqualad.
Yeah.
In all honesty, just show Aqualad.
It was weird because like they had Aqualad hashtag with the Aquaman logo from the Aquaman movie.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he's in there, in all honesty, just because like Aqualad is just as iconic as Aquaman, like I just want to see how they do the character justice in that. Plus again, like I know that fans of the movie and just people in general tried to get Amber Heard thrown out of the movie, and Warner Brothers was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that, but we will get rid of the victim, Johnny Depp." That's whatever. But if they're just going to slowly fade her out, at least I consider that a win nonetheless.
Yeah, I can see her being like still quote unquote lead, and then but be like in it for like 30 minutes. For like if it's or like 30, 40 minutes she's in it, and then like Owen Wilson's probably like in it for like 45, 50 minutes. And it's it's like, oh, one's the lead and one's the supporting, but the lead has less time than but it'd probably be a big clumps of the scenes, like a big chunk of a scene would be like Mira, and then you have smaller moments with Orm, and then you have huge moments with Orm near the middle and the end. But
I just want to know who the main villain is going to be. Is it going to be Black Manta, or is it going to be
Black Manta and Nemo?
Nemo?
Mm-hmm. Nemo.
I don't think I'm familiar with that character. I don't know Aquaman's Rose Gallery like that. So what?
Yeah. The Fisher King, he's the leader of Nemo, and so it's like Nemo's like a secret organization that tries to find the hidden world of the water world and stuff like that. So he's like it's like he comes off as the friendly type and then ends up being a threat, because he's trying to do out the secret kingdom, the hidden kingdom, or the lost kingdom, and that's not good for the lost kingdom nor Atlantis. So
okay,
and then
didn't they say? Okay.
And then you have Black Manta who's trying to kill Arthur and Orm for killing his father.
Okay. Yeah, because it's always been Black Manta's revenge thing. Is like, you killed my dad, I'm gonna kill you. Classic revenge.
Right? Didn't he kill Arthur Curry in the first movie? Or am I misremembering? Is Arthur still alive? I mean, not Arthur.
You mean William Dafoe's character?
No. Tamar Morrison's character.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember. Honestly, it's been a minute since I saw Aquaman. I got to go back and watch it.
I was saying Arthur Curry. Arthur Curry is Aquaman.
I'm trying to think of the name of the dad now, honestly. But yeah, so Aquaman 2, that's supposed to come out when? Like next year as well?
Next winter.
Winter.
And it's Thomas Curry. So Thomas Curry and Thomas Wayne. Thomas Curry.
Oh my God, imagine if they had done that. I swear to God. Dude, fight between Aquaman and Batman. Save Thomas. Why did you say that name?
Batman.
Why did you say that name?
It'd be like Bruce Wayne will have an aunt named Nora Allen or Noah.
I
Wayne.
swear to no.
And be like, no, Flash, save Nora. It's like
he just gets the Justice League to come together by having family members that have the same
exactly.
name.
It's like his grandmother's Hippolyta Wayne.
Oh my God! Okay, that's a stretch.
Save Hippolyta.
God, that's a stretch and a half. Oh my God, that's funny
hilarious. Though. Like
that'd be hilarious.
Every Justice League member has a family relative same name as Bruce. Martian, John Jones, John Wayne.
Oh my God, John Wayne, get out of here!
Oh
get out of here, Caiden! Get out of here with that crap.
John Wayne.
All right, Pilgrim. I'm gonna give you the count of 3. Oh God, here we go.
Then you have Peacemaker. Oh no, that's bad. But you had Peacemaker, the reveal of Vigilante and a couple of the
Peacemaker looks fun.
It looks like
I
an early
think it
James
looks.
Gunn project. It looks like early James Gunn. It looks.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it too. It looks fun.
People that, man, like people
all
just.
it looks Judo Master. His costume looks hilarious and silly, and I think that's kind of the joke that it's like this little kid, young adult who's trying to be a hero because he has martial arts skills and he has this weird costume and trying to protect this family that this family is actually like really bad because the dad is like probably not even human or something, probably some stupid but
I find
funny
it so
storyline
interesting.
like that.
When the teaser came out, people were just like, "Oh, it's going to be this type of show," and I'm like, "Yes, because it's made by James Gunn.
Exactly.
What were you expecting? and why are
It's
you
like
wrong?"
it's like the whole thing where people are expecting Halloween Kills to be like this art house film. They're like, oh, it's supposed to be this. Like, horror movies aren't supposed to be art house films, other than Jordan Peele, which he makes, art house horror films, or you have Lighthouse, you have some art house horror films, but you don't, not Halloween franchise, not the Freddy Krueger franchise, not Jason. None of those franchises are art houses. If you're expecting like a 10 out of 10 movie from these movies, that people act smart and act like they can come together and kill Michael Myers together without, being murked by Michael Myers, then you're wrong. um, so yeah, there's a couple things that I hope that people don't take Peacemaker too seriously because it's not supposed to be a serious show.
No, it's not. And if you if you think it's supposed to be like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like
like when they described it as the DCU's Mandalorian, they meant like this is the first TV show to explore the outside of the DCU, not that it will be just like DC Mandalorian, but for
yeah.
DCU. And so I think it's it should. I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm gonna probably end up watching that. In all honesty, I still haven't seen Suicide Squad yet. I intend to watch it. I just didn't catch it when it was.
It seems like Thursdays is the day that DC will release their HBO Max stuff.
Honestly, that's for the best because Disney Plus stuff releases Fridays,
Wednesdays
and Fridays, depending on the show, right?
No, it's just Wednesdays now.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then
you have Tuesdays, which is Chucky and some of the Hulu original stuff, and then you have Wednesdays that are Disney Plus, and then you have Thursdays, which is DC HBO Max, and Fridays you have the movies. So it's like
boom.
The only day you have off is Monday, really, and every
joke's
other day
on you. Anime comes out on Monday.
Oh,
so.
So
my week is booked.
New.
My week is booked.
New. And then you have Sunday off because Saturday, depending on when you see the movie, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have those 3 days.
So what you're telling me is that I can have my entire week filled with streaming stuff, and then on Sundays, that's when the time would be for me to watch The Boys. Finally,
on Sundays you get to watch. On Sundays you get to rewatch. You get to binge watch the stuff. Or take a break. If you need Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, movie, Sunday, watch whatever you're trying to catch up on. Boom, your whole week planned.
I'd get no actual rest. What do you mean, bro?
No rest. No
sleep till I finish The Boys, apparently.
Yes.
Invincible. I already watched Invincible.
Oh, you have? Okay, good.
That one I did watch because I was actually interested in it. And yes, I know what I said. I know what I said.
No.
I'm trying to think of what else though from DC fandom there is because I feel like I am missing something. Oh, I know. I want to talk about Static Shock movie because I actually am very hyped for that. I thought it was going to be a series. Nope, it's going to be a movie. I am excited. They have not cast Virgil yet, though, I don't think.
No, I think because it starts January and Blue Beetle starts next month. Black Canary and Batgirl just starts next week actually. Batgirl starts next week. Blue Beetle starts next month. Black Canary and Stack Shock start January, February.
Are you talking about filming?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to be like, wait, like you mean they drop? Because that would
No. They did give us a first look at the concept art for Batgirl and Blue Beetle, which are pretty cool. It looks the Batgirl Gotham looks like DCU Gotham, which
I think it is going to be in the DCEU.
Yeah,
I honestly do.
It is. I think what they're gonna do is like give her two mentors, which is Keaton and Affleck, which give her two perspectives on everything, you know. And obviously she'll have her father, but she won't be straight up asking her for him for advice, obviously, because she can't tell him that she's Batgirl, So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like the HBO Max stuff, honestly, has me a little bit more excited than some of the movies, just because of how it's a different palette, right? Like there's something for everyone on the HBO Max stuff versus the movies, which is sort of generic. Like we're used to this type of stuff. Like like Shazam and Black Adam and all that is definitely definitely cherry and black licorice in that regard. But other than like Batman, another Batman movie, Flash. I mean, it is his first film, which I mean, starting off with Flashpoint is definitely a way to do the Flash. But there's just like, like I said, the movies have been talked to death about at this point, and I don't have a lot of opinions on them just because everyone else has already said what I'm probably thinking. So
yeah.
But
you want to move on to the Marvel stuff?
We can definitely do that. Good sir. So Marvel apparently pushed back a lot of projects. Not even just Marvel,
just Disney in general.
Disney.
But they moved Doctor Strange to Thor's position, which is May 6th. And Thor was moved to Black Panther 2, which was July 8th. And Black Panther 2 is moved to the Marvel's position, November 11th, which is still a week before Flash movie. So that is pretty cool. Weird. Indiana Jones was pushed like a full-on year almost. And some untitled Disney movie Disney live action was pulled. The Marvels was pushed to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Aquaman, not Aquaman, Ant-Man and the Wasp was moved to an untitled position, which both untitles has been pulled, and an untitled 20th Century has been pulled, and untitled Marvel that was supposed to come out November 10th has been moved up a week. So we have Indiana Jones, Thor, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Marvels. All have been moved.
I mean, I can go ahead and probably tell you what that untitled Disney live action movie is.
It was probably the Lion King sequel.
Okay, they're seriously doing Lion King 2 live action?
Yeah, they're doing they're doing a prequel with Mufasa and Scar. Barry Jenkins, which is a really good director. Honestly, I think he might do this one way better than the first one.
Dude, no. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter about the first one because the first one was going to be crap anyway. It literally looks like a it's not even about the story. It's about like the animation, right? It's in the voice. It's not even about the voice acting, honestly. It's the animation is what threw a lot of people off. This is a retelling of a classic Disney Renaissance film. and it looks like a National Geographic documentary. I knew that would flop because the reason why The Lion King sold, even though I'm not the biggest fan of The Lion King, it is, I will say 2 positive things about it. Animation is freaking amazing. It's one of the best Disney films animation-wise from that era. Secondly, it is the best version of Hamlet. By far, the best version. Just like The Lion King 2 is the most competent version of Romeo and Juliet. It is, and that's my definitive version for Romeo and Juliet. I love The Lion King 2 with all my heart and desire. But, yeah, like, prequel. Dude, a prequel, I'm not dismissing the idea of a prequel with Mufasa and Scar. That I like. It being live action, though, no thank you. Give me that animated. Please, bring Jeffrey Irons back. Bring,
they have the actors, and it's hold on, let me pull it up.
They may have the actors, but it's God almighty. I hate all live action Disney movies. Just saying. All it does is all it does is just taint the brand of the Disney animated versions of these stories. Oh God. I'm not even saying these are bad actors. I'm not.
Yeah, Kelvin Harris Jr. and Aaron Pierre. Kelvin's playing the one on the left is playing Scar, and the one on the right is playing Mufasa.
All right. And it's no offense to them. I don't even know who these actors are, and I'm not going to give them a bad rub. I don't know their acting ability. But again, like just live action Disney. Oh, people are waking up, I think, finally to how bad of an idea it is to remake every Disney classic as a live action film. Like they're gonna make I know that it's still in development. They're making a live action Lilo and Stitch, and I dread that every day that I wake up. That
by the director who did In the Heights and Crazy Rich Asians.
What, this prequel or the Lilo and Stitch thing?
Lilo and Stitch.
I don't care, Caiden. That's a modern Disney classic. That's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. And putting biasness aside, the animation it made it work, man. Like, I just don't understand why Disney's doing this. Besides money. Honestly, just besides making money. Oh, God. Nostalgia sells too damn well. Oh, man.
Also, Anthony Beltray, that's actually not true. The reason why they're doing it is because production, they want to give directors and writers more time on productions, and they want to make sure that that the movies are in good care when being made in visual effects and stuff. So that
are you talking about what Kevin Feige said?
Marvel, yeah, the Marvel pushback and stuff.
As far as that goes,
Marvel ain't scared of no DC movie. They never.
Except for the Batman. I think the Batman could actually give them a run for their money.
Well, maybe not. Who knows? We'll never know. Because there's no Marvel movie near the Batman now. So, if they were scared of the Batman, they would have pushed it. They would have pushed the schedule earlier. But they're not. But they pushed it because they want to give people more time on production, and also because the strike is coming.
That was
IATSE strike.
That was resolved though.
Not yet, because the IATSE leadership have a deal with AMTA, but the IATSE members don't feel like the deal that they have is a good deal, so they're still redoing that right now. So there's still a strike. And also the deal had to be ratified. They can agree on a deal, but the deal has to be ratified, and if it's voted on no, then there's a strike. Or a no re-deal. There's a re-deal or a strike. And a real deal is happening.
Alrighty then. I thought that stuff had already been resolved, but I guess not. or at least it was in the final stages from what I heard. But either way, like if the strike happens, I'm going to be honest and say it right here, right now. I personally am for it because working conditions mean
Yeah,
more important than entertainment. Just saying.
yeah.
Uh,
I will say this though. There is a person who is very about more about people's jobs and stuff over entertainment that hasn't said anything about this. That I'm so very surprised that they haven't said anything about this. And when it was a very big day for this IOTC thing to happen, they didn't say a single thing. All they did was worry about their personal uh, vendetta against other executives rather than the IOTC thing. That's way more bigger
I see what
their
you're doing right now, and I love it.
than their little thing that they're doing right now. It's way
Oh,
this
dude,
thing
like
is way
I'm
bigger that needs more attention right now than that little thing right now.
uh
And they haven't said a single thing yet about it. They
can
haven't
you
said
for my posterity, can you put it in the private chat? You don't have to say it. I know you don't want to probably say it, but can you put it in the private just to make sure that I my brain is 100% like,
yeah.
yes. Yes. I had yeah, dude. Hypocrisy at its
It's
finest, am I right?
it's it one thing that like I support him and all that, but this is bigger than his little apology need right now,
Oh, dude,
and
but
he
that's
hasn't
the
said a
thing.
single thing. It's
He's
because
not going to.
he's not going to because he's a personal vendetta against these executives now that he
Yeah.
has this reputation of only him needs this, no one else but him and the people that are involved with it.
I'm just gonna
And
say this, and I don't want this to be taken out of context, but no, and it probably end up well. I don't care. In a way, how he kind of controls the narrative and fan base of a certain stuff is kind of similar to how another celebrity kind of controls the narrative and the fan base of another popular franchise. I'm just saying I see similarities every day, and I hate it. I hate it with all my burning life. Hey,
again,
Jackson in the chat, how you doing, man?
again, again, I support him all the way through, but this is needs more attention than his little personal vendetta right now.
Like I
And
don't care calling him out, bro. Like you can't like that just shows I'm gonna say it and I know who he is and I know a lot of other things about him, but I'm gonna say this and I mean it. That shows your Hollywood elitism and your Hollywood privilege, in all honesty. You only care about you. You're not caring about the people that actually help you look good.
right, that too. Again, he's only worried about himself and the people that are around him with this whole thing, and that's it. I haven't seen him retweet, comment about it, or anything. Tweet, comment, whatever, nothing. Although I have seen other people that have been through this stuff tweet out IOTC solidarity and stuff like that. And but this
Yeah,
one
because
person
they're the real ones.
I think that I thought would do it isn't doing it, and it's very it's hard to see that. But
It shows the true colors of people, you know, like it just shows the true
yeah,
colors of people, and the fact that a certain group of people are not calling him out on it more so than anything, just shows first of how divided and
yeah,
separated that fan base has become, and yeah, it's. I mean, again, I'm not that surprised though, honestly,
right.
because at the end of the day, I don't know what it is, dude, but like, and I also supported him, like getting his due diligence and everything, but there was just something about him that, how do I put this? Like when you see someone on TV and you just, you just get this feeling, oh, this dude rubs me the wrong way, or this gal, she rubs me the
Also,
wrong way, man. Like,
it's crazy. On Saturday during DC fandom, they tweeted out something that was very weird. Um, and people were like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah," and I was like, "What's the context of this? Like, you just tweet out this list of names without any context, without any notion of what you're doing with this list of names, and you have just people blindly commenting yes when we don't know." Like, I look at that and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Why would I comment this if I don't know what that means, if there was a tweet in the replies or anything, nothing to explain what he was tweeting out. So I was very confused. So I was like, I'll tweet out this hashtag to help you, but I won't tweet it under your tweet because I don't know what that means. Although I know what those names mean to you and mean to this whole thing, but I don't know what you're trying to say in this thing, so I'm not going to do that. I will tweet along or separately.
Oh boy,
It was just like, again, it goes back to his personal vendetta against these people that I feel like he should be like, okay, I went through this thing. No producer, assistant producer, or camera person should go through this as well. So I stand with IATSE.
But again, he's not going to do that because it's not about him. That shows how egotistical and centric it is. And I know that there are people that we both know that have met this particular person in, live and in person. But, it's like a certain famous politician said, there's you behind every person that is in the spotlight, there's two faces. There's the public face and then there's the private face. And what that shows me, he has a damn good public face.
And also, it's another thing where it's like that he's gotten into it so much that he's not worried about anyone else but him and the people that are involved with this. Like, that's it. And that these people, I'm not saying like blindly following him because obviously there is full-on facts about this, but every time he does something that is like a tweet or something about it, be like, oh, why? Like, why are you tweeting this right now when there's a big event right now that's happening?
Yeah, but what was I gonna say?
Something bigger than you right now.
Oh my god.
So, it's another thing where it's like, dude, you can totally help these people out. Again, like you were saying, he doesn't really necessarily care about them right now. He cares about himself.
Yeah, and again, I know that there's a lot of people that we both know that really love and respect the guy, and you yourself have said, you support him. I, on the other hand, have no qualms. Like, these are my views and my views alone. If anybody can decipher who the hell we're talking about right now, these are my views and my views alone. I support the dude too to an extent, but that doesn't give you the right to be a selfish prick. There are people that are trying to fight for better working hours and better pay and just better workers' rights in general. And you're so caught up in your own damn ego and your own pity party that you can't happen to see what the bigger picture is. It's not about you specifically, my dude. There is a unprecedented labor dispute happening, and you can't be bothered to show support because execs hurt my peewings. Sack up, do the right thing, and show support for God's sake. Because I have a feeling some of these people had to have supported you for your outcry. Now it's time to pay back the piper. The debt always comes back to be paid. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
All right, that's my mini promo on that nonsense.
It's a simple comment under someone's post about a story that they're telling. Hashtag IATSE solidarity would be suffice, and then a tweet about a story from that someone on set told you, and with the hashtag IATSE solidarity, and your little tweet that you also put, or a little logo that you put, whatever, would be fine. But there's nothing of that. So, it's just, and again, this IATSE thing is very similar to your thing, but you're focused on your thing because...
Hold on. Whoa. We might have to redact everything we just said.
Why? Did he just do something?
Look on that particular person's Twitter, Caiden, a day ago, literally yesterday. It's not much, but he acknowledged it.
Oh wow. Wow. But
And so I'm looking at the quote tweets. I'm not gonna, again, we're not gonna give specifics, but the first one that literally just says, this ain't it. Hate to say it, but this is a rare L from you. That deal doesn't even scrape the surface of what needs to happen in our industry, and studios will continue to exploit and take advantage of
yeah,
crews.
he's hyping up the amped deal that was for the members did not like. Again, it's he saw there's like, oh, it's solved already. Okay, let me quote tweet it and then be done with it. You know, like one tweet, but no, it's just hands up. Yay, you got it.
So
High
no,
five.
I take that back. None of this will ever be redacted. And I'm gonna be honest, Caiden, what's the swear word policy on this show?
It's pretty tense.
What does that mean? Can I
Because I
can
think
I can I drop an F
I think
bomb?
because since we're monetized, we can't say it.
Can we be a PG-13 movie for like 15 seconds? I just say one F bomb, please.
Go ahead.
Hooray! Hey, particular person that we're talking about. Fuck you, dude. Honestly, go screw yourself because that's so shit. That is like, oh Jesus. And yeah, you did retweet it, but I mean, you're doing the bare minimum.
Like the bare minimum.
Oh my god, dude. Like I
You
know
need
a lot
like
of
the thing is like it would be fine if you quote tweet that and with that and be like, oh, there needs to be more done. But yeah, this is a great move in the right direction. Praise you, whatever. And he possibly did a possible tweets before that. But no,
it
there's no tweets before that. There's nothing
tone
before
deaf.
or after, and it's tone deaf. Exactly that. I was trying to find the word. It's tone deaf.
It's tone deaf. Oh, you gotta love it. You love to
I don't
see
know,
it.
Jack. I don't know.
It's not
Um,
anymore. That's what you get when you put
it's
me on
not
screen. I you just put the man whose wrestling icons are Roddy Piper and Stone Cold Steve Austin. What did you expect to happen? Uh, I care
but
not
yeah,
for the censors.
yeah.
Just as this particular person doesn't care about workers' rights,
Unless it's his.
unless it's his, exactly. Unless it's his ass being covered.
Yeah.
Oh
If it's not
Jesus!
his, then he's like, okay.
And here's
If it's
my
not
thing.
if he's not involved with it, if he's not like personally involved, then he's like, I'm out.
He's basically saying that he's a magician, and for his next trick, he's not going to pay any of y'all any mind. Oh God. Okay, that's. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, this is the last thing I'll say. But man, like this kind of just proves my point that half of that particular fandom is just in an echo chamber right now. They won't listen or accept anything that isn't about a specific thing. And like I've seen some, not all, but it just feels like some part of this movement is like on the conspiracy level plane of, oh, the reason that they won't acknowledge any, like the execs won't acknowledge any of what we're trying to, what we're trying to do is because they have a personal vendetta against us. That sounds a lot like another group of individuals who say that a certain company has a vendetta against them and tries to, just hate on everything that comes out of that specific brand. I'm just saying. Jeez. Oh, you're good, man. You're good. But yeah, that just goes to show you folks. We're not going to give names and specifics because, anonymity and all that. Plus, it's a guessing game. We want you to. There are many mysteries to solve inside these riddles. Alrighty, folks. Well, so yeah, this has been something else. This has been definitely an event for the ages. But yeah, we're gonna wind things down here. I want to thank Pop Culture Corner for letting me be the one to fill in for Austin tonight. If you like what you heard tonight, please like, share, and hit that big old red subscribe button down there. You can also find the Pop Culture Corner. Ty and Saggy do a weekly podcast. You can look them up on all podcasting platforms. I want to thank Caiden for joining me for the brief moment to talk to me about some of this stuff, because it's nice. It's always nice talking to Caiden. I like talking to the man. He's awesome. Yeah, and I want to thank all of you amazing people, for joining us tonight. Thank you. And I want you to remember that we do it for you, and we do it for the culture.